Tip number 134 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. Stick to your rules. If you are going to make rules for your employees, then you would better have some type of disciplinary action to support these rules. You know, it's like a child. Okay, if you don't do that, you're going to have to time out. And obviously, this isn't going to be something that's going to be beneficial to you as an employee. You're not going to be timing out your employees. As an employer, you're not going to be timing out the people working for you, because then you're not going to be making any money. So if they show up late, they're a half hour late, you're going to send them to sit in a corner for 15 minutes? Wait a minute, now this is 45 minutes it's costing you, you know? So you're going to need to figure out something to do. And I'm going to leave that up to you. But the main reason why I'm putting this tip in here is because I know a lot of contractors who tell you something, you know, show up on time. They'll tell you not to take a long break. And then you take a 45-minute break instead of a half-hour break, and they come in and they're talking to you. They're pretending like it's not really a big deal. And then a couple days later, they're telling you, "Hey, the other day you took a 45-minute break. I don't want to see that again." Well, wait a minute. You know, they send you mixed signals, and this isn't good. If you're the boss and you have a rule, hey, half-hour break, that's it. Then when your employees, the people who work for you, have taken a extended break longer than the time you have designated, you need to tell them right then and there, hey, no, this isn't going to happen again. You know, it can't happen again. It costs me money. Now, if you can't figure out what to do, you can't figure out a way to enforce these rules, then I've got some advice for you. Don't mention them. Don't mention anything that you haven't figured out some way of enforcing. You know, and hollering and screaming isn't always going to be the most effective way. Now, this is where, and I've said this already in the book a couple of times, this is where the psychology and human behavior really comes in. You guys might need to dig into some of these books on psychology and human behavior to give you a better understanding of what types of personalities there are out there and some of the most effective ways to deal with these personalities. I mean, I don't know who it was. I think it's Napoleon who came up with giving people ribbons. I mean, can you imagine giving someone a ribbon? Or even a medal. You know, here's a medal of honor. Here's a medal of valor. Here's a medal for doing something brave. And it will inspire other people to do brave things. Obviously, it wouldn't inspire me. If you're going to tell me, hey, I'm going to give you a ribbon, I'd be like, big deal. Now, if this ribbon was worth, you know, $1 million, I'd say, yeah, because I could go sell it and get my money. But this is something that doesn't sound too appealing to me, but does sound appealing to lots of other people. You know, hey, you're the employee of the month. This is a big deal to some people. Wouldn't mean much to me because I'd rather see the money. You know, I'm motivated through money. You know, I can say that, you know. But there are a lot of people who will show up to work on time. They will keep the rest of the crew in check with your rules because they want something. They want to receive the Employee of the Month award for the 10th time. They want to be your number one, your favorite employee. There are things like that, but you need to figure out what those things are. You need to understand the psychology and the human behavior principles, and really get your mind wrapped around it. Now, this is the last video, and for some of you guys and gals, you're probably thinking, when was it going to end on hiring employees? But this could be a big problem. And just not talking about the making your own rules and breaking them, just kind of going back to the employees here. This could be a big problem. It could be a nightmare. It was a nightmare for me. And one of the best ways that I learned to cope with this was by gathering more information about it. So don't just stop with the book here. Try to dig into some more books. Now, if you're not having a problem, you got a crew that's working great, that's great. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to still learn some of this stuff or gather a little more information, because you might end up with a crew, or some of these people are going to quit, start their own company. You might end up with some of these problems in the future. So gather as much information as you possibly can on everything related to your business, especially the stuff that you're finding yourself having problems with. And if one of those problems has anything to do with hiring employees or enforcing your rules, then try to figure out why. Try to figure out why it isn't working. There are plenty of people out there, plenty of books, plenty of videos. There's a lot of information out there on practically anything you're having a problem with. So just keep that in mind. And again, search through these videos, try and find a few that you might be having a problem with, might have. And so obviously some of these videos have not been made yet. I'm on 134, there are 501 tips. And of course the better ones, in my opinion, are towards the farther back of the book. If you need these tips right now and you cannot wait, get the book. Sorry about that. Get the book. It is a good book, and it is reasonably priced for what you're going to get out of it.